A community service fraternity has continued to grow for more than 30 years. The same members that started it still help the community today. Tim Watson is here to talk with us about the Diplomats. Tim, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
No problem at all. Let's talk about the Diplomats. You guys are starting to, and not just starting, and you've been helping the community for the last few years, and you're starting some new stuff. Tell me all about it.
Well, first of all, Diplomats started in 1979 by some boys, an 11-year-old and two 12-year-olds at the time. And what has happened is an organization that was started based upon community service and us holding one another to a standard of excellence. Be ye always of excellence is our motto. We look at our evolution over the years, and just a few years ago, one of our members actually passed away. And it really kind of brought us back together, looking deep into our community. And we said, you know what? It's time for us to do something different. It's time for us to go back and really institute a lot of the things that were given us when we were growing up in Fort Valley, Georgia. So a couple of years ago, what we did was we said, you know, we're going to bring our community free event back. The fun, the fellowship, the food that we used to do back in the 80s and 90s called Sunsplash.
Very cool.
So we all came together, and that's how we initially started back coming into the community. But we have a number of new initiatives that we'll share here coming up.
Yeah, awesome. And Sunsplash was last Saturday, right, in Fort Valley.
Correct.
And you guys were able to, as you said, bring some fun, fellowship together, things like that. Actually, we got some pictures here that you lent us just here. That's you guys at the Sunsplash there. Very cool. Oh, yeah, it looks like you had a pretty good crowd there going.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Awesome.
We did. We had over 600 people.
Wow, that is great, and especially in a small town like Fort Valley,
right.
It's good to bring some people together and kind of have that community. So, tell me a little bit about what you guys are getting ready to do. You said some new initiatives. I think you mentioned mentoring programs, things like that.
We do. We have what we're calling the Keeping It 100 mentoring program. It's K100 for short. Mm-hmm. And what we're about to do, what we're about to embark upon, again, is looking at what we were given as young men, as boys growing up in Fort Valley, Georgia, that really helped us to become successful men in a lot of different industries. And what we saw as being one of the most important elements that taught us community service was the presence of strong men who were doing that and who were sharing with us how to get that done. So what we're going to do starting in June, and by the way, we actually would like for those out there to reach out to us at info@diplomatsinc.org. That's info@diplomatsinc.org. Okay. If they know of any young men between the ages of 13 and 18 who could use some mentorship, we're going to have some life skill programs that we'll be doing over the next several months. We're also going to take them outside of that environment that may be the only one that they've been able to experience for different reasons, but we're going to take them on field trips to be able to experience some different things.
Absolutely. Well, Tim, I wish we could go on. We actually have to end the interview now, but it sounds like a really cool idea for people who want to get involved with community service to have some mentorship. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome. And if you want more information about the Diplomats, and if you want to get involved, you can head over to diplomatsfraternity.org, and that's the way you can get involved. And right after this, we'll have more 41 Today. Stick around.